Last summer, I had the joy of watching a clutch of crow fledglings in the first steps of their journey out of their nest. I would later get to know the pair of crow parents, Fabian and June, much better over time, and get to see another generation of their babies grow up in 2023. Fledgling season is a chaotic, noisy, and exuberant one. Juvenile crows are delightful, and they are quite recognizable when they first leave their nests. For a little while, they have distinctively pale or blue eyes and pinks around their beaks. Their caws are also more high-pitched than adults, which you can hear when they're begging their parents for food. They pick up and peck at just about anything with their beaks, endlessly curious about all the new things around them. They're playful and mischievous, play fighting with siblings, loudly demanding food, and at times annoying their parents enough for a quick, angry call from them. They display an insatiable curiosity and wonder at the world that is contagious to watch. As young crows start leaving their nests, diligent adults are always nearby, vigilant and fearless against any perceived threat against their children, who, when first leaving the nest, still have to learn how to fly properly and are very vulnerable for some time. Parents will sound out warning calls and dive at animals much larger than themselves to protect their children. Adult crows seem to actively encourage juveniles on their journey to master flying. I observed parents cawing patiently as their children hopped around nervously on a tree across from them, before flapping ferociously towards their parents. Young crows, usually with a sibling or two, will gradually pluck up the courage to venture further from their nest. They usually follow their parents, watching the adults keenly and at times mirroring their behaviors. Unlike many species of wild birds, juvenile crows remain with their parents for an extended period of time after fledging, right into adulthood and maturity. There is a possibility that one of the reasons why crows are so intelligent is due to their long childhoods spent with adult guardians, not just their parents, but also older siblings from previous years. They have so much opportunity to observe and learn from older peers, and the curiosity and playfulness to do so very effectively. Juveniles spend a lot of time grooming themselves and stretching their wings, as we start losing their fluff and flight feathers start to grow in. If you look closely, you may see pin feathers, things that look like white tubes on the insides of their wings, which are the roots of new feathers growing in. In the time I've known Fabian and June, they have been amazing, diligent parents, taking turns feeding, teaching, and keeping an eye on their kids. I do not know how many clutches we've had over the years, as I've only been around to witness 2 of them. However, I don't doubt that some of the adult crows who I see around them are older children from earlier years. They have a big family together, full of loyalty, drama, bickering, affection, and change, but their care for each other remains constant. As the end of summer rolls along, juveniles begin socializing with crows outside their immediate family. Eventually, when they grow old enough, in just a month or 2 after leaving the nest, they will join the bigger murder of crows of a wider area, and flying home every night to a huge roost out east. This window into crows' lives, after they leave the nest and before they join the wider crow society, is a fascinating peek into the adolescence of an animal, whose childhood shares many similar characteristics with ours. Next time summer rolls along and you hear the sharp, high-pitched calls of juveniles, you might spot them and their pink beaks as they courageously depart from the nest, the only home they know for the first several weeks of their lives, into the wider world and into their future.